Google my phone. I am like long been home. I went outside today with my mom for an appointment because she got like a surgery for her foot in December, but now like issues are coming up with it. And so she feels like she wants a second opinion because they low-key want to do another surgery to her foot. So she got a second opinion with somebody that she literally had before like 10 years ago. I'm refiling to like make it nice and smooth because I'm about to re-glue this nail. The joy of doing your own nails. You could just re-glue your own nail. So I think that's nice and smooth. Just trying to take out all that glue that's building up on it. So after that appointment, went to Sally's Beauty because it was a Sally's Beauty close by, which is so great because I got some hair dye. I'm doing a peekaboo, which is back here, / a skunk, which is in the front. And I'm gonna do it blonde. I know that's like what the color everybody does, but at least I have it blonde that if I want to go another color, it's blonde, so I could just do it. I don't want to do my whole head that color, like my whole head blonde, because I don't feel like it. So yeah, but then they also have my nail primer that I love also in Sally's Beauty because I was crazy because it's running low. Then my nail glue that I usually use, it's getting low, so I was gonna get another one of that one, but then in Sally's Beauty they have this brand, which I do use. I have their literal nail filer already, which they sell there, which is great. And then they have my primer that I like, and then they have this nail glue. I wonder if you guys can see it. Why is it not? Okay, it's focusing. So that's what I'm gonna use today to glue my nail. So hopefully, and then I literally just nail this brand for my cuticle nipper. So it's just like pretty much use this brand kind of a lot. They have gel polishes there. I did not know they sell gel polishes at Sally Beauty. And I was like, oh my God, even though they are a little expensive, the gel polishes for like one individual polish, I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. I feel about $20 on just one gel polish when I could buy like a set. Because that's what I usually do. I buy like a set. Well, that's the one I currently have right now. It's like a set. I forgot how many I got from, I think it was Beetles. It wasn't Beetles. It was some other brand. But Beetles and a couple of the gel polish brands sell like in bundles of like nail gel polishes, because I don't feel like spending $10-20 on just one bottle when I can get like a whole bundle. But they do have cute colors though, so you know, time by time, if I dibble and dabble in there, I might get like a polish, you know, in there, because like I said, they do have cute colors. So that was my day. Then we went to go eat pizza after that, and now I'm back home. I'm gonna talk about the books that I've read, like the last, I think, 3 that I didn't get to finish talking about. So no matter what, I did finish it. I think I gave it a 4.75. I loved the book. Baston. She did not miss with this book like she didn't miss with her book prior to it, which is, I still have not read the first book by her. I feel like I need to read that book. Because I'm like, girl, you read her last 2 books. You need to go read her first one. So like, maybe I'll go like put a hold on that book from my local library. But I did like No Matter What. I love the way that her and her husband, you know, just rekindled again their relationship and finally communicated. And then you finally learn. I'm thinking he was in a group therapy session, but that's not where he was at, where he learned to communicate. It was kind of like even better because it was a more bigger place to come at his comfort zone and talk and like learn to talk. And then his brother used to go too because he found that his brother was there. Rafi, who also got hurt, and just them talking, and you know, Rafi kind of had a feeling that things were going weird between his brother and his wife and his sister-in-law. He just knew, like, I knew something was going on. I was scared that y'all were gonna get a divorce and it was gonna be my fault. And I'm like, Rafi, what are you talking about? Like, it's not your fault. He's like, because you guys focused on me so much after our accident that, you know, you guys lost focus on each other, which is true, and which is the catalyst of why they did started to separate, is because once Rafi left after the whole, you know, he got better, it was just like, what do we do now with each other, you know? So I'm happy that they grew close again. I'm happy that they started communicating again. Even I did think to myself, I don't know how they were married for so long if this man barely knows to communicate, but I guess it worked for her. She was able to maneuver how he communicates. Ooh, this glue feels strong. This might be my new nail glue. This might be my new nail glue because it feels tough. This nail glue feels tough. Like, it's not. This nail's not moving. Hold on now. This be my new nail glue. Let's see. But anyway, I already have a new nail set in my head already. I move quick with my nail sets. That's why I'm happy that I do my own nails, because I could just move on. But back to the book. So I liked it a lot, and it's a lovely second chance romance. Well, it's not really second chance. Like, kind of second chance, or like, I think to me it kind of gets second chance because of the simple fact that they're relearning to love again one another and rekindle again all that they feel like they lost with each other. So I feel like it gives a little bit second chance romance vibes. The book, another book that I just finished, was also a second chance romance. I'll put the picture of the book here. I forgot the name of the book. Let me go check Miss Gura. Miss who? She's not a Gura. She Miss Toller. It's Judge Toller. Be quiet. I have a question. Rest in peace to Roland Ray. I just can't help it, y'all. I just have to say things. This Time Forever. That's the name of the last book that I read. Also a second chance romance. I think I gave that book a 5-star. Yes, I gave it a 5-star. The reason I gave it a 5-star was because the way that the male lead works so hard. I gotta get their names. I don't want to just call them male lead, female lead. I want to call them by their names. So Tyrese, her ex-husband, his way of getting her back was just okay. Malibu and Tyrese used to be married, obviously second chance romance, but they got divorced, you know, due to, you know, he just wasn't the man that she thought he was anymore. And so they ended up getting divorced. She ended up going with a new man named Jalen. That mother is a piece of shit, and I do not wish that motherfucker well. Like, I know he's a fictional character, but godly G, he's one of my hatred of tier men. I have a couple. I can't remember the names of them because that's how relevant they are. But from the book, I'm about to lie. The book, it was I forgot the name of the book. I'll probably put the picture of the book here, but the husband in that book, yuck. I hated him as well. Also a cheating thing. So it's like, if you clearly see I don't like cheating, even though in that book she did. Oh, and the other book by Kennedy Ryan, the second book in that series that Kennedy Ryan did, which is like the only book I read from that series. I know. I'm a series not finisher, or I start a series in the middle of a series, not noticing that it's a series until it's too late. But any whores. So that husband in that book, I don't like him either. It wasn't even cheating that he did that one. That one he did fraud or like embezzlement or something like that. I don't like him. He's another husband that I do not like. You see there's a repeating thing. I feel like the camera is just like, whatever. She's going to do what she wants. Yeah, I don't like that man either in that book either. I'll put the picture of that book right here. Y'all know what book I'm talking about. But right now in my head, I cannot remember the titles, but I know what book I'm talking about. Those men, yuck. And now he's added to the list So those are my 3 right now. I probably know there's probably more, but I can't remember the top of my head. But those are like the main 3 now. Yuck men, yuck husbands. Do not wish the well. Jalen's a bum. Like when I say Jalen's a bum, like a bum, like a bum. Not only did you cheat on her, you cheated on her with a lot of women. Then you cheat on her with her assistant, that raggedy, nasty bitch. Oh my God, like you cheated. You started messing with a man. Then you want to expose all this like tea to these tea pages. Antidepressants, gotta take that. And then, okay, so basically Malibu and Tyrese and Jalen, they're all influencers in different ways. So she's like a beauty, you know, lifestyle content influencer. Tyrese is more of like a gamer, but now he makes his own non-alcoholic beverages. Jalen used to do content and like kind of streamer content. And then he started a relationship, you know, contact with Malibu because, you know, Malibu was bigger than him. See, don't mess with men that is below you. Don't mess with men below you. Even the ones that's above you still crap. But just leave them alone, sisters. Anyway, so everybody was just so fucking bummy to Malibu. It's just quite wild to me. This man was not paying nothing. He was like not paying nothing, not the house mortgage, not paying for her car, even though he made it seem like he did. Yo, all this bad. So she lost the car, and she got a whole kid with this man. They have a whole kid together. You sit here and not doing any of these things. So now your daughter could have been basically homeless. So she had to live with her mom temporary, but her mom and her sister are both bums and moochers. Like bums and moochers. So Tyrese is like, nah, you not living in that house with that woman. Like, you're not. You could live with me. The kid you dream, which is her daughter, her daughter with Jalen, and they both have a son together named Alchemy. Such a cutie patootie. Alchemy Dream, the cutest kids in the world. Love them down boots. That's niece and that's nephew. Period. And they started living together and whatever, but he didn't do it in a way of like, oh, you have to like get, you know, have to do anything for me, like get back on your feet, and then eventually you can move in your own place, you know, with your daughter, and, you know, a place that my son can come to visit you, you know, because they've already been co-parenting, they've been a really good co-parenting unit, da-da-da-da-da. And then the reason I say Jalen's more of a bum, because how you try to expose Tyrese, make it seem like Tyrese was hitting you up about Malibu, when Tyrese was really hitting you up because your daughter got sick, and he wanted to hit you up and be like, yo, your daughter's sick, you know, come see her, come check on her, or you would call her, make sure she's good. You wouldn't do anything, but you send it to the blogs trying to be messy. You a weird ass, bum ass. Like, it's really like what it is. Like, I'm just like, this is really a bum. Then the girl gonna expose Gemini, which is Malibu's sister, that she did some freaky things with Jalen. She twisted salad. I said, enough. Like, when I say I was in the middle of the night, bust out laughing, like, you ate that man butt? How low can you go as a girl? Like, how you want fame and attention so bad that you want to sit your sister's man behind her back in his butt? His butt? Like, girl, y'all, when I say it was gags, not gags, like, oh my God, gags is disgust, because I was like, this girl's not for real. This girl's not for real. Like, y'all. But that book was 5-star because I loved it because of how good the communication was between Tyrese and Malibu, especially on Tyrese's part, of really trying to work back in her graces of just like, I want us to be together again, but I'm gonna work at your pace. You know, we don't have to rush into marriage, getting back together, even like they were doing things with each other. But it wasn't in a sense of like, oh, we have to be more just because we sleeping together. But I would love for us to be something more, but that's up to you. I'm not gonna force that out of you. You know, if you want to move out, That's cool. We could continue co-parenting. Dream is like a daughter to me. Like, I got y'all. And, you know, Javasi apologizing for past mistakes and trying to inform her, like, I'm not going to repeat those mistakes again. I'm not big on swinging around the block, but in books, I'm all for it. In books, I'm all for it. Spinning the block is called second chance romance. You know, it's different like when you're kids and then you grow up, but like when you were both adults and you divorce, but then you get back together, I'm kind of like, I'm not big on spinning around the block as adults, but in book form, I'm all for it. Real life, tread lightly, my sister, tread lightly. There was a reason you left that in the first place. Just saying. Just saying, don't spin the block. But the books, I'll allow because it's not real. And the men are better in the books. Just saying. You know, he was, he was keeping himself accountable. Like, I really did what I did. Yada, yada, yada. And I love Blue. And what really solidified my 5-star was them going on family therapy. Like, all going on family therapy really solidified, like, yeah, this book is a 5-star for me. Because for him to go his way and be like, yeah, we're going to go to therapy not just for like working for each other, but what the kids think, how the kids feel about us potentially, you know, maybe being met together or living together. How do they feel about that? And actually like listening to and their kids' thoughts and, you know, what they feel beyond just, oh, well, we think we're good to be together, but like, what do our kids think? And I was like, yeah, this book's 5-star. This book is 5-star. Like, and it was. Let's go back to the last book now I'm currently reading. Lies. Why would I lie like that? Because I'm reading like 3 books right now. But one of my physical books I'm reading right now is One and Only by Maureen Gu. It's going good so far. As sometimes I do be reading reviews of people's books. I read some of them on Fable. So the female lead is Cassia. I feel bad for her because she's stuck in a hard place. Because her and Elias were cute together. They were so cute together. But Elias, his boss is her soulmate, which is Daniel, which you all know from the synopsis of the book. But it was like her moment with Elias was so cute. And he keeps bumping to her everywhere she goes. But I don't think she's picking up that like that might be her soulmate because she's been told that Daniel's her soulmate. So I feel bad for her because in a sense it's like I feel like she's forcing a relationship with her and Daniel to happen because she was told that he's her soulmate. And because it worked for so many other people in her life that they became soulmates from like her job that she's working, her family's business, her family working for them, of them getting their soulmates. And then the one person who sadly passed away, her mother, she distant away from the soulmate archetype that was in her lineage and drifted away from it. And subsequently she died at a young age. And she became an orphan at 8 years old because her dad was in her life. So she feels like if I do try to drift away from what all I know, it might same thing gonna happen to me like it happened to my mother. Did my mother, that happened to her because she drifted away from what she was supposed to do, which would be with her soulmate, and she ignored it and stayed with my father, who was a piece of garbage. And so she's like, no, I have to be with Daniel because he is my soulmate. And I feel bad because I'm just like, I feel like, to be honest, are you being with Daniel because you generally want to be with him or because you're trying to be with him because he's your soulmate? And that you told this is the right thing to do instead of following what you want for yourself and potentially be with Elias. But every time you see with Elias, you know, you get butterflies in your stomach. You start remembering things that you guys did together. And how easy it was to talk to him, even though he is half your age. She's 40 now. She's 28. I think Daniel's like a year or two older than her. So she's like, you know, two things come into like factor for her, like 3 kind of, because then she's like, oh my God, Elias is so much younger than me and I'm older than him and I want to have kids and the whole family and he's so young. I don't want to push that on him of like having a family and everything like that just because I want it. And so, and then also the thing of like soulmate, but the also thing is like if I break away from being a soulmate, will something happen to me like happened to my mom? And all my family is so happy for me finding my soulmate. But then when she got mad at her family because they were like, oh, you know, we were not going to give you the business of being the president of the business until you found Daniel. And she's like, huh? So if I never found Daniel, I was never going to get this. And they're like, no. And so now she's thinking to herself, like, am I being with Daniel an obligation, or is it because it's out of love? But y'all keep harping on that this is supposed to be a loving thing. I'm supposed to be with Daniel because it's love, or am I doing it out of obligation? And I'm like, yeah, that's what's happening here. I get that it worked for so many people, but then I also get why she's scared at the same time. So it's like she's in such a, like, she's in a rock and a hard place. She's literally in a rock and a hard place. And I'm just like, I don't have any gripes against Daniel. I think he's a nice dude or whatever, for what we know. But I got used to Elias. I ain't gonna cap with y'all. I got used to Elias, and I was feeling him. Do I get a little when she harps on her age? A little bit. But I get why she harps it on, because she does want children. And, you know, she was like, her clock is running out because she is 40 now. And everything, and she doesn't have kids, and also she's the last of her line to have the gift, and only women can get it. So she is also another social pressure. It's like she needs to also have children so that the magic and the gift that she has keeps going. So it's like it's a lot of pressure on her shoulder, that I feel like that's probably one of the reasons her mother ran away from it, is because she was just tired of that pressure of, like, you know, doing everything not for herself, but what her family wants, because this is something that's been going on for so many generations. So that's where I'm at so far. So right now she's currently dating Daniel. I don't think they're together yet, but they're just like dating. But Elias keeps popping up, and I'll just be like, that's my big boy Elias. Like, no shade to Daniel. Seems like a nice dude. But like, I like Elias. I'm not even gonna capture. I like Elias. So there's the other book that I'm currently reading on my Kindle Unlimited. It's called Cocky. It's good. So basically they're friends because Jabari is a soccer player. He got sent to Nigeria. Was it Nigeria? No, I'm about to lie. It was not Nigeria. He decided to just, I don't know exactly what country in Africa, but he was sent back to Africa by his parents because he just wasn't the best behaving kid. And so they sent him there, and to help with his behavior, he got into soccer. But the reason it's called Cocky because he's very cocky. But I think it's called Cocky not just because of him. I think both of them, they're very cocky, but in a different way. And his is just more arrogant than hers. But he gets away because, you know, he's a guy. And the female lead is Francine, or Frankie. And so basically, she's best friends with his sister. And so she did have a crush on him when they were younger, but when he came back, she just wanted to, like, keep her distance from him because of, like, the way he treated her when they were younger. And so she acted like she didn't know him at first, and he's like, how do you not know me? Like, I knew you since we were kids, da-da-da-da-da. She's like, I don't recall. And it was just so funny, her just ticking him off, and how easily he was ticked off because he's so used to people just, like, drooling all over him and just loving him up. And she's just like, I don't give a, like, I did like you, but I was young. I'm a grown-ass woman now. It's different. And then also the sister Za is like, stay away from my best friend. Do not try to do nothing with her. That promise was broken because they did do stuff together twice so far. One part really had me clenching my chest and clenching my pearls because I was like, oh. You ever read like a spicy scene in a book and you're just like, oh, can I just like, I just feel like, just like y'all getting down around here. It's getting hot in here. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. She really don't want to keep doing stuff with him, but he's like, nah, I don't be slinging this thing around. I'm not that type of dude. Like, that's not what I do. And she's like, all right, like, but we got to keep this on a hush push because the sister can't find out. But then she told her mom, and the mom was like, it's not going to end good because your best friend don't know that you and her brother are messing around. This ain't going to end well. And I'm like, yeah. The best friend's brother is the one for me. Y'all, what y'all know about that? Yeah, that's what's going on right now. you know, sometimes I can't lie about that. I do be liking that, like the female lead with the best friend's brother. I do be liking that. Or like her brother's best friend. I do be feeling it sometimes. That'd be another trope that I'd be into. She's a gamer as well. She owns her own gaming company with a friend that she met in college. She's Jamaican. He's British African. I think that's what it'd be called. Because his parents are from Africa, but they live in Britain. Then her mom's Jamaican. And she's Jamaican because of her mama and her daddy. So I like the two, like, different desperadas happening in all of this, you know, the British land. They do be saying little British slang sometimes, you know. It'll be throwing me off because I knew a little bit of British slang when I was in my British phase when I used to love One Direction. Yeah, so I know a little British slang, okay? But I'm enjoying it. I had to stop reading, give myself a break because I feel like I was reading too much. And I'll be like, if I read this too much and too fast, I'm gonna be done with it than what I'm going to do now. I do love the cover. It's like a very like techie retro kind of like game looking, you know, cover. Obviously because the female lead is an owner of a gaming company. So it's kind of like so opposite of like what each is doing. She's a gamer. He plays sports, which is soccer. He is in a new soccer team. That's why he came back to to England, because he plays in an English team. But he wants to go into the big 3 leagues. I don't know what those are. I don't watch soccer or football. I don't watch that. I don't know American football. I don't know the other football. What's the big 3? If you know, comment below. But that's the books I'm going into right now. Media of like movies and shows. 2 of my shows is gone. The Pit and Percy been finished, but The Pit now just finished like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, going on 2 weeks now. All I have is Monarch right now, and I'm behind like 2 episodes. So, and I haven't watched like a new movie since You and Me Tuscany. I'm broke, like y'all know I'm half unemployed, so I can't go to the movies, and I really want to go to the movies to see more movies. Even though one of the movies, the drama, I did get spoiled about certain key, like a very key point of the film. But I'll probably end up seeing a bootleg. No shade. But that is it. That is all I have to talk about. And I feel like before the week is done, I'll probably end up telling y'all how I feel about this book particularly, and I'm probably cocky too. I'll probably be done with both these books before the end of the week or by the end of the week. So thanks for listening. Listen to me chat about books. Peace.